if you can see my screen, just let me know.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Can you quickly get down what I have on the slide?
Okay, sir.
So like what is are you still seeing the slide?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Because I'm also opening up a what's it called? My browser. So I want to know, like, when you start seeing my browser and not the slide, let me know, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I've gotten it, sir. I'm done,
You
sir.
see, you're done, huh?
Yes, sir.
So what are you still saying? You're still looking at the browser, huh?
I'm still looking at the slides.
The slide, okay. So very, very important. I want you to like know how the question comes for questions under measurement. Is that clear? So you need to know how the question comes. So whenever they want to ask question, they normally ask about the degree of accuracy. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So you need to know the degree of accuracy of a meter rule, because they are going to ask you which of the following instruments has the degree of accuracy, or has accuracy. What are the accuracies? So if they ask you which of the following has the degree of accuracy to 1 millimeter or 0.1 cm, so and you have options: micrometer, screw gauge, vernier calipers, stopwatch, meter rule. So what would be the answer to that?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Okay, let me come again. Which of the following instruments can measure to the degree of accuracy 1 millimeter or 0.1 cm? Then you have options.
Meter rule.
You want to say something?
So I said meter rule.
Okay, yeah, that should be the answer. Meter rule. Meter rule should be the answer. So, what is a vernier caliper? Like, if you see a vernier caliper, can you be able to identify a vernier caliper? Can you see this diagram?
Yes.
Are you looking at my screen?
Yes, I can.
Can you see vernier caliper?
Yes.
So these are multiple diagrams of a vernier caliper. So whenever you see here vernier caliper, so this is the diagram, vernier caliper, and these
So I
are
can identify it if I see it.
okay, you can already, but so this is the vernier scale. These are the jaws. So depending on what you want to measure, if you want to measure the internal of a cylinder, then you use this one. If you want to measure the external diameter, you use these down jaws. So this is the base scale, and this is the vernier scale. I hope you've seen this vernier caliper lots of times. So you know a vernier caliper when you see one, isn't it? Can you hear me? Chika, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a micrometer screw gauge. So like I said, if you want to measure something that is even smaller.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you want to measure even a smaller, when you want to take a
Yes,
smaller
I can
length,
hear you.
okay. When you want to take a smaller length, that's when you use micrometers.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm already speaking. Can you see the image of the micrometer screw gauge? So the micrometer screw gauge has the anvil. This is the anvil. Can you hear me now?
Hello. Sir. I can hear you.
Okay, so this is the picture of a micrometer screw gauge. So you actually use it when you want to measure
Okay.
smaller lengths. So it consists of the spindle, the anvil. This is where you put the measurement that you want to get. So you have the thimble and the sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, you take out the reading here, then this one here. So on a special class, I'm gonna teach you how to use it to measure. But I want you to be able to identify the equipment when you see it somewhere else. Okay? So
Okay,
this,
sir.
so this is the typical diagram of a micrometer screw gauge. I already showed you that of a vernier caliper, isn't it?
Yes.
So very importantly, you need to take note of this is the anvil, whereas this other one is the spindle. So in between the anvil and the spindle, that's where you put the very quantity that you want to measure. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So you can read out the main scale and the what? The thimble scale, which I'm going to be showing you how to do that. Okay. So
Okay.
you've seen a vernier caliper and you've seen a micrometer screw gauge.
Yes.
Would you want to look at a meter rule?
Yes, sir.
You know, I told you that some meter rule, they are made up of what? What and what? From your note, check out your
Steel, wool, or plastic?
wood, wool,
Wood.
or plastic, or even metal, isn't it? So
Yes.
this one now is made up of, this one is what?
Wood.
Good. This one is what?
Metal.
No?
Steel, sir.
Hmm. It looks transparent, so it should be plastic. Have
Oh,
you? Good. So these are meter rules. So if the length you want to measure is big, then you can use meter rule. When it gets smaller, use vernier caliper. But if it's even more smaller, then that's when you use micrometer screw gauge. Is that clear?
yes, sir.
You now know when to use one and when not to use the other.
Yes, I do.
Good. And that's why we say if you're measuring to the accuracy of 1 millimeter or 0.1 cm, then use a meter rule. But if you're measuring to the accuracy of 0.1 millimeter, you see this is smaller, or 0.001 cm, then use a vernier caliper. But if you're not taking even a smaller measurement of say 0.01 millimeter to 0.001 cm, then you're going to use a micrometer screw gauge. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So you remember you asked me a question, what's the difference between the meter rule, the vernier caliper, and the micrometer screw gauge? So it actually depends on what you want to use them to measure. Depends on how small that is. Are you clear on that?
Yes, sir.
So they could also ask
So
you,
what about the beam balance, I say?
good, this beam balance is used in measuring the mass. You understand? Whereas the stopwatch is used in measuring what? Time, isn't it? So this is the degree of accuracy that
Yes,
the beam
sir.
balance can measure to, 0.001 grams. And this is the degree of accuracy that the stopwatch can measure to, 0.1 seconds.
Okay,
Are you clear
sir.
on that?
So the meter rule, the vernier calipers, the micrometer, yes, sir. Micrometer, screw gauge, they are all for length. Then the beam balance for mass and the stopwatch for time.
Perfect. That is it. Okay. Hello, you said what? I can't hear you clearly.
Yes, sir.
You said what?
You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So I was saying if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you. So what did you say last? You were trying to ask me a question.
No, I was just saying if you can hear me, that is all.
Okay.
This
So
is
this
the
is the
beam
beam
balance.
balance. Can you see the beam balance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So those are what you can use, and those are their degree of accuracy. Like one question could be in, they could ask you about the degree of accuracy. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why I want you to like get to know the equipments and their degree of accuracies. So I'm going to ask you a question now. If I want to
Okay.
measure the diameter of a thin wire, what kind of equipment do you think I can use in measuring the diameter of a thin wire? What kind of equipment do you think I can use in measuring the diameter of a thin
You
wire?
can use a micro.
Check your notes. You're going to see the answer there.
Sir, did you hear me?
No, I didn't get you very well.
I said you can use a micrometer screw gauge.
Yes, that's what it's used. Perfect. What if I want to measure the diameter of my barrel, of my ball pen?
And you can
What
use
can
a
I use?
vernier
Linear
caliper.
caliper. Good. If I want to measure my leg, the length of my leg,
Meter rule.
good. So what is being shown on the screen? What is there? What kind of instrument is that?
Stopwatch.
Yeah, this is a stopwatch. And you can use it to measure what? Time. You can use it to measure what?
Time.
Time. Good. So this is what we call stopwatch. So stopwatch can measure to what degree of accuracy?
Sir?
What is the degree of accuracy for stopwatch as an instrument?
0.1 seconds.
Thank you. That's what I want. So what about beam balance? What's the degree of accuracy of a beam balance?
0.001 grams.
Good. So those are very, very important. 0.001 grams for beam balance.
Yeah.
For stopwatch is 0.1 seconds. So for meter rule, you can just get it by just noting that for meter rule is 1. If you're measuring mm, it's going to be 1 mm. Or if you're measuring centimeter, it's going to be 0.1 cm. For vernier caliper is 0.1 mm or 0.01 cm. Then for micrometer screw gauge is 0.01 mm or 0.001 cm. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So you can see that the degree of accuracy is just increasing small. Here is 1, 0.1, then 0.01.
Yes, 0.1, 0.01, 0.001.
Perfect. So if it is being balanced 0.001 grams and stopwatch is just 0.1 second. So I want you to grab some things. So the first is the degree of accuracies of the measuring instrument. The second is the three most basic fundamental units. What are they? Length, mass, and what? Length, mass, and time. Isn't it? And we can use these three instruments to measure the length: meter rule, vernier caliper, or micrometer screw gauge, depending on the degree of accuracy we are looking at. Then we can use this to measure mass, the beam balance, whereas we can use stopwatch to measure time.
Now, length and time.
You said? Chika, are you there? Okay.
Mass, length, and time.
Yes, mass, less and time, length and time. Yes. So time is a measure of duration, and the SI unit for time is seconds. So which equipments can you use in measuring time? You can use electric clock, you can use the stopwatch, which I've shown you. You can also use the pendulum clock or the ticker tape time. So you can use any of these instruments to measure time. Whereas mass is the body. Mass of the body is a measure of the quantity of matter is contained. How heavy that very body is.
Okay.
So it can be measured in kilogram. That's the unit, kilogram. So you can use beam balance for each measuring. You can use lever balance or top palm balance. Are you clear on this? Are you clear on
Yes, sir.
Good. So I'm going to be asking you a few questions so that we can use it to run down what we've done so far. So mention the three. You said? Are you there? Mention the three fundamental quantities that you know. Okay, before you go about mentioning this, I want to give you an assignment. Can you take down this assignment?
Okay, sir.
Can you take it down? So do the assignment, send it to me on WhatsApp. So just do it on a plain sheet of paper. Then after writing it, you snap it. Chika, can you see this? So you write the assignment, then use your phone, snap, and send it to me on WhatsApp, okay? Did you get me? Hello? Yeah, can you join back? You're trying to see what? Yeah, I'm still on. Is it? Is it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
Hey.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Good. So I'm gonna give you an assignment now. So I was trying to explain to you how you do the assignment of class, okay?
Okay, sir.
So you just write the assignment on a paper like this. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
After writing, you just use your phone, snap and send to me on WhatsApp so that I'll mark
Okay,
it.
sir.
So the assignment is you can write down, define fundamental quantities
Okay.
and give six and give 10 examples of fundamental quantities with their units. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So those 10, like I already mentioned, length,
Sir, how
mass,
many? How many?
10 now. 10. You know, I only gave you 3,
Yes.
but now I'm asking you to give me 10. So consult any physics textbooks that you know, then check
Okay,
it
sir.
out. Okay. Then together with the units, then I also want you to check out to define for me what derived units are. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And also give me 10 examples of derived units. Is that clear?
Okay.
So that's gonna be your assignment. When you define this, you give me the examples, define, give me examples. So you're
Okay,
gonna
sir.
send them to me on WhatsApp, then I should be able to check them out and see how you're moving. Then we can look at other concepts. So you can ask me questions now if you have any.
Sir, please, when am I able to receive the flash?
Flash, man.
Yes.
Yeah, you're getting it this week, any moment. This I've already sent
Okay,
it to you.
sir. Thank you.
I sent your brother the picture of the mail. So
And
it's
next time,
coming.
are we going to be doing, is it physics or chemistry we'll be doing next?
Next, we'll do chemistry tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
So these are just introductory class. So it will be
Okay.
good if you like the way you're moving, you'll be letting me know so that I will understand that you're moving along effectively with me. Okay.
Okay, sir, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we're gonna sign off now so that I'll allow you time to
Yeah.
do the assignment and send for me. Then we'll move on from there. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good night.